Hi folks, Fuzz here, welcome to another No Kuni II video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a method that I've been pretty much experimenting with at the moment, since I haven't been able to find any good guides on the internet as to how to make guilders. So this isn't a video about King's Guilders, which is the kingdom's currency, but just normal guilders that you use, out when you're purchasing things in shops or when you're buying things in your kingdom. So there is a trophy to get 500,000 guilders, and it can be a bit of a pain in all honesty, so hopefully this little method will help you work towards that. I'm currently in chapter 7 as well, but you can do this or start this method whenever you've got a kingdom going. The bigger your kingdom, then the more you're going to be able to make from it. I currently have a kingdom level of 3, so obviously the max kingdom level is 4, but at the moment I'm earning probably about, it's hard to say exactly, probably about 60,000, that's probably a bit too lenient, probably about 50,000 guilders an hour, but as I continue to max out my kingdom and use this method, I reckon I can up that to probably close to 100,000 an hour as we get into endgame and I get more citizens. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you the general premise of what you want to do. Is go to your stores and simply press the options key to sell everything. Now obviously you're going to have to make sacrifices if you want to do this, because you're not going to be getting the items that you've collected from your facilities, but if you want to do this for a few hours to make some money, then you can always go ahead and collect the items again afterwards. So you're not forced to do this, forever, just for a few hours or so as the game's running in the background. It should make you a fair bit of money, and I'm going to show you in a moment what I think are the good ways to maximise getting the correct items in order to make the most money from this. So I'm going to go and sell what's in the store here. This will give me 62,250 guilders, and it takes me about an hour and 15 minutes, probably about an hour and 25 minutes I'd say, to actually max out what's in my store. So we'll go ahead and do that now, and that's going to add to my guilders total, and that's going to continue building up again in the background. So obviously, as I say, when you first have your kingdom you can start this straight away, but ultimately you are going to have to build up your kingdom, and there's a few things you're going to want to do in order to maximise this particular method. Right, so there are 3 components to this particular guilder earning method then. The first is increasing your storage rather, so that you can return less often to your kingdom in order to empty your storage. The second thing is increasing the item accumulation rate, so that you're earning more items per hour and thus more guilders per hour. And then thirdly and finally, it's perhaps the most complicated one, is actually making the best use of your buildings so that you're bringing in the most valuable items as much as possible, so that you're filling your storage up with stuff that actually sells for more than other stuff, if that makes sense. So that one's going to require the most explanation, but let's briefly look at the other 2 first. So I've gone ahead and emptied my storage out, and also I've emptied out all my buildings as well, so that I can really show you this method in a little bit more detail. So I won't be earning anything at the moment into my stores. But if we go to Manage Kingdom, first of all we need to improve our storage, increase our storage so we can hold more items and thus return less often to the kingdom in order to empty them. And for this you'll need an Explorers Guild, and you'll want to research Store More Stuff and Store More Stuff too. And you can actually begin this, I believe, from Kingdom level 1, so you can really start this as soon as possible. Once you reach Kingdom level 3, you'll be able to build this building, the Expert Explorers Guild, which will allow you to then go ahead and research Store More Stuff 3 and 4. Once you've done Store More Stuff 4, you'll be able to hold 999 items at once without having to empty your storage. So that's obviously going to help, because you can keep popping back to your PlayStation or computer less often while you're farming for items. Right, from Kingdom level 2 you'll also be able to build an Institute of Innovation, and this is the second aspect of the guide, showing you how you can bring in more items per hour and thus more guilders per hour. With the Institute of Innovation you can learn the improved resource gathering technique, which is going to do just that, and when you get to Kingdom level 3 you'll be able to build an Institute of Higher Innovation, allowing you to research the ultimate resource gathering technique, speeding up your item accumulation even more. Right, so now for the more complicated aspects, how to actually bring in more high valuable items into your storage, so that each time you empty it you're making a lot more in the way of guilders. Well, If you're just going to fill up your lowest level buildings, such as the mining camp number 1 for example, then you're not going to be bringing in high valuable ingredients. So when you come to empty your storage and sell off the items, you won't be making as many guilders as you otherwise could be. Now, if you're just starting out with your kingdom and you want to make a few guilders, then obviously you're going to not have a whole lot of choice in what buildings you put citizens into, what facilities. So by all means, you know, go ahead and use these lower level and lower quality facilities to make a little bit of guilder amount rather than none at all. But as you start to develop your kingdom, you're going to want to stop focusing on putting citizens into these particular buildings and instead try and put them into the highest level buildings you can craft. So for example, at kingdom level 2, you can craft or build a mining camp number 2 and mining camp number 3. And if you can level those up to whatever you can level them up with a kingdom level 2, then you're going to be able to bring in rarer materials than you otherwise would be able to. And with kingdom level 3, for example, I can go ahead and build some even more impressive structures, such as mining camp number 4 and mining camp number 5. And I've leveled those up as high as they can go, so that we can really start, you know, getting in some rare materials, such as this Nocturnium nugget or the Inferno crystal clusters. We want as many of these 4-star items coming in, and even 5-star items in some cases as well, which we're only going to be able to do from these higher level buildings. The Enigma Prism, for example, some of these are going to be selling for up to 300 guilders for each item, so you can really get insane amounts coming in. And what you want to do is not just flood it with just random citizens. We are going to do that eventually, but to start with, we're going to try and just get the most out of the citizens by using the suitable tags. These are going to bring in items faster and better items as well. So we'll go to my best mining camp, which is mining camp number 5. This can bring in some very good ingredients. And I do find the mining camps generally are the best in terms of the value of the items they bring in. But all of your higher level facilities are going to be pretty much similar in terms of the fact of what they bring in. So we'll go ahead and start putting some of these suitable ones that increase and boost the mining camp's productivity here. And I'm not going to max this list out just yet. We're just going to focus on doing the suitables for the time being. There we go. So we've got 4 in the mining camp number 5, which is fine. So we'll leave this other mining camp for now. And once we've filled up all the suitables in the various locations, then any of those that aren't suitable, we're going to use to fill in all these remaining slots. So let's go ahead and do another one. So over at the hunting lodge level number 4, which is maxed up to level 3, we're going to go ahead and fill these up with the suitables as well, just like this. Oops. And again, I'll leave the empty slot for now. We'll move on to the next building. And my best ranch at the moment is the Rauschus Ranch, or the Raucus Ranch. Rauschus Ranch, maybe. I'll go ahead and put in the 2 suitables here. And then we'll move over to the best farm I've got, which is the Flourishing Farm. And fill that with just Munakoi, who's the only suitable member for the farm at the moment. And my best garden is the Massive Market Garden. So we'll put Yukon in there and Halamede. Now, obviously, as I go ahead and recruit more citizens, at the moment I've only got 54, I think, out of 100 or whatever it is you can get. Then I'll be able to just improve this method even further and just be making so much guilders I won't know what to spend it on. But I'm just going to go around these other buildings, the bazaar and whatnot, see if there's any suitables to put in them. So only Persia for my bazaar at the moment. And finally, we've got the fish market. My current best is the fine fish market. There's one that's better than this, but I can't build it yet, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and put Pontus. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe the fine fish market is the best one you can build, and Daphne as well. But just look, what we're really after are these high-star rare items. 4-star items are really good. 5-star items, you know, these are just going to sell for so many guilders that we really just want to max this out, which is why we're really focusing on using the buildings that we're using, the highest ones that our kingdom can take, and level them up to the highest that we can level them without advancing our kingdom. Okay, so now that we've gone ahead and done all the suitables, we've still got a load of citizens left over. This is where we're going to start filling out the other slots, personnel slots, citizen slots, with those other people. So I'm going to focus on the mining camps because, as I say, I do believe that these give the best ingredients overall in terms of the value that you get from selling them. And I'm literally just going to go down the list now and... oh no, the lumberyard. I haven't done the lumberyard yet, so I do need to do that. And then I'm going to go down the list and just use the remaining people to just fill out the spots that haven't got anyone in yet. And there we have it. So I've got my highest level buildings that I can build at the moment, and I've maxed them out. First of all with suitable citizens, and then just flooded them with other citizens just so that we can get a higher amount of item accumulation coming in. Now obviously you are going to have to sacrifice other researches that you might otherwise be doing, which is why this is more of a temporary thing that you might want to leave going for a few hours just to get those guilders coming in. But obviously as you start to max out your researches, depending on what level your kingdom's at, then you're going to be doing this trick a little bit more, because, you know, keeping people in buildings where there's no research to be done is utterly pointless. And the research that's completed does not depend on having citizens in those buildings. So just get them out and get them earning. That's generally the motto you want to go with. But anyway guys, I hope this little strategy is going to be helpful for you. And I've literally just started this up again. So I've only just once again got more coming in. But about 6% of my storage is full. And I'm already about to get 7,000 guilders just from that. So that's getting close to about 85, 90,000 guilders now perhaps, if we max this out again at 999. So it's a really good method at just, you know, improving or increasing the amount of guilders you're making in the game. And you'll get the trophy in no time, guys, you really will. If you're not making quite as much as me, just concentrate on developing your kingdom and it will start coming in after that, I assure you. But thanks for joining me today, folks. As I say, I hope this little strategy has helped you. If it has, don't forget to leave a like on this video and come back and join me again soon for more No Kuni II, Revenant Kingdom. Forgot the name of the game then. Cheers all, goodbye.